Hello there. Welcome to Cup of Casey. I am so very glad that you are here with me today in my home, sharing this space with you. Girls, we all know that this season of life that we are in is no joke. The struggle is very real for all of us, and we are in this together. And so I am just so asking that for the next 30 minutes, you will join me and shut off your Facebook group notifications that we know can be oh so harsh at times. Turn off the news for sure. And you might even need to tune out of some family drama going on, I'm just saying. So I am very grateful that you are here. I think that there has never been a more important time to have a positive, uplifting community right now and to surround ourselves with each other. And so I want to share just a small tidbit of my story. My name is Casey Schmidt. I am the host of Cup of Casey. I'm a psychology of eating, health, and life coach, and I'm the youngest of 3 girls, and my 2 older sisters, bless their hearts, they have hearts of gold, and they really are amazing people. They are also the tiniest, thinnest little human beings, very petite, and they were since we were little. They were that way, and I was not. That was not my body. It never has been. And so I like to say I came out of the womb with curves, and if maybe some of you can relate to this, everybody was always really happy to point out how different I looked from my sisters and how much I didn't fit in with our family physique. And so there were a lot of stings and a lot of pain that came around with that. And so unfortunately, it led to a very severe eating disorder that I struggled with early on, and along with many other trials and tribulations like we all have experienced. But through that process, it really taught me how to love myself and love myself well. And so now with the work that I do, I love to inspire you guys to help you to love your body well and to nourish yourself from the inside out. This is just the journey that I'm hoping you will join me, and some first steps to doing that. I want to share some tips and tricks and life hacks to live a better, healthier, happier life. And so I hope you will join me for this very exciting journey and stick around for more to come. Welcome to Cup of Casey. So, girls, I just want to, first of all, I want to validate for everyone, for all of us, that this is an incredibly hard time of year. This is a very hard season that we are now finding ourselves in. And the holidays is a hard time in the best of circumstances. In the best of years, it's incredibly challenging. So given that we are just living in some extraordinarily hard times right now, I just want to validate how incredibly difficult I know this season might be for you. And I am truly sorry. I feel like we need to take the time together to grieve that things look very different this year. Traditions that we have carried out for decades maybe aren't happening. And I know that is very hard. And I know that there's all kinds of stressors mixed into these feelings and emotions. And so I want us to take a minute to feel that we are all in this together and you are not alone in these times. And so though everybody's situations and scenarios are different, we are very much affected by the same things right now. However, I want to also invite you into this space of looking at things a little bit different. You know, finding joy in this holiday season, though challenging, I believe is so very possible. I really believe that we can create a very peaceful pandemic holiday season for ourselves and for our family. And I think it starts by switching our perspective and making sure that, I love the quote, what you seek is what you will see. And meaning that what we look for, that's what we're going to find in all situations, but especially now in this holiday season. It really is an invitation to change our focus, and instead of staying in the place of being so disappointed and so annoyed and so frustrated and having great anxiety about, not being able to see and go to the places we usually do, and looking at it with a different lens and seeing that, yes, this is kind of an exception year, right? This is going to break the mold from our regular traditions, but let's hope only 1 year. And so I want to come from the perspective and invite you to really seek out the positive changes that you now are in charge of making. And so I think there's huge responsibility in understanding that where your focus is, that's where your energy is going to go. And so what do you want to focus on this holiday season? Because I think there's many opportunities in having a simpler holiday season. I know for one, I'm very much looking forward to and anticipating. I already feel just the simpleness of what's going on right now in my home. There's less hosting, there's less cooking, there's less cleaning, there's less shopping to be doing. And I am feeling very grateful of that. There's a lot of busyness around this time of year that right now feels much calmer. And I'm wanting to lean into that, and I'm wanting to embrace that with my kids and my husband. And so though I grieve some of the things we usually do, I'm looking for the opportunities on how I can replace that in the home to be enjoying the simpler things. And I really think when you slow down and you get present and you're staying focused on looking for the positive, you see all of those many hidden blessings that you weren't noticing before. And so, one thing I can so relate to other moms when we're talking, and, if you're like me and the women I've been talking to, we get married and we instantly have our holidays set for us for decades on end. And we didn't know that when we were hosting Thanksgiving and hosting a holiday, that things would be set forever and ever and always. And so this year it's like it has granted us this permission, this freedom to set our holiday up with intention, with what we want to do. So that means if you don't feel like hosting 27 people in your home this year, then you don't have to. If you don't feel like driving to your second cousins in Indiana with 1 million kids, you don't have to. It's all okay. You can grant yourself that permission to have things look different this year and to still find the joy in them and to still create all of the amazingness and the blessings that you want your family to feel. If anything, I think that when we slow down and we kind of embrace this simpler time, we're able to see and feel the power of what this season is really about. And so I just encourage you that, yes, I want everyone to feel their feelings and grieve what needs to be grieved. But please, I invite you to not stay stuck there and to allow yourself to move through it so that you can be open to seeing all of the many blessings that's already surrounding you, and then be available to create new traditions for this year. And so I'm really excited to show you what some of those really easy ideas can be, since we're spending so much more time at home, that you might now have the availability that maybe in years past you haven't been able to do. So I'm thrilled to share with you some easy peasy, simple, and basically free ideas to create some more magic in your home. A lot of us are doing things differently and not traveling, not hosting as much. And so that's hopefully going to open up some more time to create some new traditions that you haven't maybe done or had a time for in the years past. So some of my favorite ones that we have been doing this year that I cannot recommend enough is starting off with something like this. These are your DIY 2020 Christmas ornaments. You can grab them at the dollar store, Michael's, Joann's. Love this one. Our first pandemic, 2020, just like a baby's first Christmas. Gotta love that. Everybody can make their own and say what they want to say. So this is 2020. Oh dear, what a year. Okay, gonna want to remember this, right? We want our kids to remember it. Remember, our kids feed off of us. They feed off of our energy. So if we're making it fun and creating new memories, they will for sure remember this fondly. So this one, gotta love it. 2020, the year we stayed home. So just to give you some ideas, literally $1, sometimes less than. You can use chalk markers, you can use real chalk, you can use crayons, and just have fun with it. They can be ribbon. There's no way to do these ones wrong, but surely your kids will enjoy. Everybody can have fun creating some kind of ornament to remember from 2020. Next, one of my favorites is a holiday bucket list, okay? So the holiday bucket list is where everybody puts 1, 2, or 3 ideas that they want to do during the month of December, okay? So you put it on the holiday bucket list and everybody gets to check it off as you do it. Everybody from mom, dad, if a grandma's staying with you, everybody can be part of that. Gotta love a December bucket list. Next, we have your traditional gingerbread house. Ours isn't even complete yet because one of my favorite ways to get rid of all of that excessive Halloween candy is to bedazzle your home up. So there you go. You're welcome. Make sure you use and encourage your kids to use all their Halloween candy on making this extraordinary, right? What I love too that we've done in the past is that you can make it a competition or a contest. Right now, a great idea would be to make it like if you have family across the country you're not seeing, it could be a Zoom contest, right? Like you could show off, you could have a theme, Santa's workshop. So endless ideas depending on the ages of your kids to do a gingerbread house and kind of involve and include kids of all ages of people that are not living with you or near you. Then always giving back, okay? There's such greatness and it feels so good to give back. And so hopefully in this slower, simpler season, whether it's shopping for a good cause, maybe it's everybody on Amazon picking out something for someone their age. One of my local favorites is if you have ever participated in Buckle Up Babes. Buckle Up Babes is a Hoffman Estates-based project where they are committed 100% of their proceeds goes to getting car seats in the hands of those that really truly need them. And so this year, instead of building and making the snowmen, they are making stickers. And so this adorable design will be made on a sticker and they're taking donations and in return you will get one of their stickers, but you can know that your money is 100% being used for good and where it needs to be. So some other ideas is holiday doing some caroling and singing to the neighbors. What a perfect socially distant sport to involve and include everybody in. The holiday lights drives. I am so impressed with how many neighborhoods have really upped their excitement for the holidays and have really decorated. So just don't forget the hot cocoa and just enjoy that ride. A slumber party under the Christmas tree is one of my favorites. You can I've seen some people want to like pull out tents. That's a little too lofty for me, but sleeping bags under the tree, make it a little holiday movie marathon. Thanks to Netflix and the Hallmark Channel, there is no shortage of things to watch at this time of year. And then, last but not least, simple things like baking cookies. That is one of those things that for some reason, year after year, we're so busy that those are the things that get overlooked that I never make time to do. So just slowing down, maybe you'd even make them by scratch. I don't know. That seems a little lofty, but to each their own. So there's endless ideas, but these are some easy peasy ones that are my favorites that surely the kids will remember fondly. And, just remember that they feed off of us. And so it's really just wanting them to know and understand that though things are looking very different, it doesn't mean that we can't find joy and make this season so very magical. So now I'm going to switch gears to creating something that I'm so curious if you've ever heard of it. The word is Hygge, okay? I couldn't believe when I found this word. It's actually a Danish word that means that means coziness and a feeling of contentment and warmth and well-being. So it's instantly like my favorite word of all time. And though I didn't know this word existed, I certainly am always trying to incorporate and bring some holiday hygge into my home. And so I want to share with you some very inexpensive ways that even for the non-crafty, non-decorator can bring some holiday hygge into their home this year. So, of course, I'm going to start with one of my absolute favorites, which is candles. Candles, candles, candles. If we don't all feel better as women when we light the candles. You dim the lights, you light the candles, we instantly feel better about how we look and how our house looks, right? You don't see the mess and everybody looks beautiful. So you light the candles. I love candles. I also love, the battery operated ones. Right now at the Dollar Tree, you can get battery operated candles to put in your windows or all around your house. I mean, it doesn't get any easier than that, right? Another favorite way to bring holiday into your holiday hygge into your home are these fairy lights. These fairy lights are at Costco. If you don't have a membership, just message me and I will hook you up with a field trip to Costco because these are 4 individual sets of fairy lights. You will see them all over my house at all seasons, and they're $9.99. So run, don't walk to get some of that. You can traipse it. They're also wonderful if you're like our house where we go to turn on the Christmas lights and they don't work anymore. So scratch that, you just cut the cord and then you can put these on top. So love that. Garland. Garland you can find just about everywhere these days. You will see garland all over my house. There is no wrong place for garland. It can be hung literally throughout your house. Pretty easy, pretty inexpensive. And again, Michael's, Hobby Lobby, Joann's, Target, everybody's got some garland this type of year. Throwing ornaments in just about anything. I used to think ornaments were just for the tree. That is not the case, my friends. You can just stick them anywhere and make a cute little like setup for them. And also some springs of holly or different things also found at Michael's, Hobby Lobby, Joann's. You can just kind of put that anywhere and it brings a little space together and it does definitely evoke some kind of warmth. Last thing I want to share is these things that are so cute that are chair covers that are also from the Dollar Tree for $1. And they also transform a room super easily. I know my kids love to put these on everything. Oh, last but not least, I don't want to forget, friends, music. Nothing transforms a space and a mood quicker than music. So letting the kids, I know that we've developed or we've started a little holiday playlist. We all have very different favorite holiday songs this time of year, but we want to be hearing them. So letting them create a playlist where we all get to hear it throughout the holiday season where everybody's favorites are popping up is such an easy, fun idea. So there you go, just some ideas to bring holiday hygge into your home, but I just don't think that we can overestimate how very easy and simple and important it is to bring that warmth and that joy into our home, especially since we're spending more time in our home. So hope that you found these ideas helpful. Reach out to me if you have any questions on where you can find any of them, and hope it works for you and brings you the same kind of joy. I'm so happy to be sharing tips and tricks in the kitchen. This is one of my favorite things to share because I love to eat real food. I love to eat, anything that makes me feel good. And so I like to say I'm a total foodie that doesn't want to prepare anything longer than 10 minutes or use a lot of ingredients. So I'm hoping to share how I think healthy truly doesn't need to be hard, but it can still taste delicious. So that is why my pick for what I wanted to share with you in this holiday season is this very festive broccoli kale pizza. Don't judge it until you try it because I think it's delicious and it has endless options. And nothing wrong with traditional pizza. I love myself some regular pizza sometimes, but it doesn't always sit great with me, I'll be honest. And so this is a fun change up that I just find I can get so creative with it. So what I want to show you today is, of course, it's the broccoli kale pizza crust. So it has this vibrant green color. Don't be afraid of it. And you put it in your oven for 10 minutes at 450. I like to spray it with my avocado oil spray, which I use on just about everything. Put it in for 10 minutes, flip it over, another 10 minutes, and you're ready to go. This gives the edges a nice little crispy crunch, which I enjoy. So then the options I chose for today is I have the organic whipped cream cheese from Trader Joe's, and I just smothered a good amount, a generous amount, all over the base. Then also a good amount of pesto. I love the flavor of pesto. I just don't want it to be overly oily and really saucy. So that's why I really love the mix of them together. So it gives not only a really pretty look to it, but it has a great flavor and the cream cheese kind of holds the pesto in there. Then topped it off with some sun-dried tomatoes. Oh, sun-dried tomatoes are delicious, I think, on everything. They also give a great flavor. And then sprinkled with just a little bit of feta on top. You could do mozzarella. From here you could add, I love it with some arugula, some kale, spinach has very little flavor and adds nutrients to it. So really you could bedazzle this up in any direction, making it a little bit more sweet or savory to your liking. This is one of my favorites. This is the large and in charge size from Costco, but this is just a garlic spice herb mix. And so I love to sprinkle this on top and just give it some texture and added flavor. And there you go. So this is kind of a go-to if I have girlfriends coming over, or if I need to just make something for myself that feels really indulgent and satisfying, but won't leave me feeling bloated and uncomfortable. So I hope that maybe you will find this helpful and give it a try. Remember, there's endless options. All of these ingredients that I used for the pizza are all from Trader Joe's. So that can be helpful. A one-stop shop is always my way to go. And then these two big guys are from Costco. So like I said, pretty much every grocery store has the ingredients to make this. And what I also love about it is you're not buying anything that you wouldn't use in the future. So, nobody wants to buy some strange rare ingredient that they're gonna throw away in 6 months when they realize they didn't use it for anything else. So this is a go-to that I mix around with a lot of different other things, and I hope you'll give it a try. I wanna now share pretty much my nightly treat. And that is, I'm a big tea person. And so right now I love their holiday green tea peppermint from Trader Joe's. I am a peppermint lover. And so I will do my tea as that's the base, and then a fair amount of the cocoa peppermint almond creamer, also from Trader Joe's. So good, it just has like a rich chocolate flavor and it's creamy. I will top it off with some, probably 5 drops of stevia. Trader Joe's has my favorite stevia. I put this on just about everything and in everything. And this gives such a good flavor. I swear every time I drink it, I say I would buy it from Starbucks. It's so tasty. And then let's move to pretty much the most exciting thing. And that is these peppermint meringues. They're minis. And I say cocoa because they have chocolate and vanilla as well. They're all good. You can't go wrong with any of them. However, Trader Joe's only has these minis, the peppermint minis, at the holiday time, which is why I'm like 5 deep, because I stock up on these because they're so delicious. They'll even be really good if you put them in your tea. They add just a little bit more flavor and makes it a little creamier when it melts. But the best part of these is that the serving size is 11. So who doesn't love anything where your serving size for a dessert is 11 cookies, okay? Seriously, for 80 calories. I don't even count calories, but I know that's really good. So there is my nightly go-to treat. Even the kids love it. They're also great in hot chocolate. We've made a couple of those cocoa bomb things, and they're really fun to put inside of the cocoa bombs, giving that peppermint. So endless fun with those, but here you go. I hope you take time this holiday season to make food that helps you to feel good from the inside out, and don't forget to treat yourself, because gosh knows we all need a little extra love this time of year. So let me know if you have any questions, or if you have any other, any other ideas. Feel free to send them my way. I'd love to hear them and hear how you like it. So this may be my favorite part of any show ever. This is like my honor to Oprah, right? Who did not love Oprah's favorite things? I wish I could give you all a car or a candle or glasses. I can't, but I can share with you 5 of my most favorite things this holiday season, and pretty much every season, that bring me serious joy. Okay, so first I just want to share for all my women that I have no affiliation to any of these products. I am sharing them just because I love them, all right? So I'm going to start with this set of glasses. This is actually a 4-pack. It comes as a 4-pack. Oh my goodness. With all of these fun options. Now, if you were a girl like me, always growing up, I did not need glasses. Every time I went, I always hoped I would. I never needed glasses. And now, wouldn't you know it, it's so in style and trendy and so important to protect our eyes from the blue lights. So I know that we are on our screens more so than ever before right now. And so this is a 4-pack from Amazon. All of these adorable colors. I will just show you. They are so cute. They fit every face. My daughters love them. Dave is not wearing them right now, but not to say that he couldn't. So these have been one of my favorite things for a really long time. I love that there's 4 of them, so they're kind of always floating around the house just when I need them. So there you go. This game, okay, at the ages of 14, of 12, and 12 years old, my girls still love this game. And I kid you not, I had thought we had outgrown the game stage. We hadn't. We just hadn't had the right game. You laugh so hard when you play this game. I can't recommend it enough. So I would say of all ages, even grown adults, pick up this game pretty much as soon as possible because it is so much fun to play, and you will be close to a washroom because I literally almost pee my pants every time we play this game. It's for real. So that throw burrito is a top favorite and brings a lot of joy to our house. Now, this is a treat for everyone in the house. So it's taken me a little while. Now we all have these Bam Pure, they're bamboo, 100% bamboo organic sheets. And let me tell you, out of all the hotels, which I miss going to hotels, but back when we went to hotels, these blow every sheet out of the water. They are like silk. I kid you not. I feel like a sheet connoisseur, and let me tell you, you will feel like it is your best night's sleep. So for this to make my list, you know it's gotta be good, okay? Then, if you know me already from my Instagrams and my Facebook Lives, then you've already heard me talk about these. But that's because they need to be talked about. And I just want to recognize that this packaging does not look super appealing. So that's why I feel it so important to share that despite the packaging color and like not really the appeal, these are amazing. They have clean ingredients, but I swear I pick them over chips every time. They're super crunchy. Sometimes I'll put them in a bag and mash them up and sprinkle them on top of salads or different casseroles, and they have so much flavor, sweet and savory, and even the kids like them. So these are at Costco, and they are definitely a favorite thing. The fifth and final thing that is not up here because you need to go and treat yourself to it is the Royal Foot Spa in Hoffman Estates. Oh, girls, if you have not experienced the joy of getting an hour-long massage for $28 with your clothes on, then you need to go do that as soon as possible. It is such a treat. Honestly, before I found this place, I was going only when I would be on a vacation or something. And so with all of the stress and all of the stuff going on right now, I think it is so important to go sometimes and treat ourselves. And that place is truly amazing. And at $28, I will even bring my children with me and let them have that retreat. So the couple highlights are that you get to keep your clothes on. There's no changing. It's very quiet. It's very peaceful. It's a very spread out. And they do concentrate on the feet, hence foot spa, but they do get the entire body, which is so nice. It's dark and peaceful, and even if you fall asleep, it's like the best $28 spent. So there you go. Head on over to Royal Foot Spa in Hoffman Estates and treat yourself for a little rest and relaxation. So there you go. These are my Casey's favorite things for this holiday season. It felt so good to share them with you. If you know me, you know that I love to share things that I truly enjoy. So I hope that you will pick one of these up if it sounds good to you. And if anybody needs any specifics on them or has any questions on them, feel free to message me, or I will link how you can find them on my website. I want to share with you my tip for the month of December. And my tip for you, my takeaway here would be to expect stress. You might not have seen that one coming, but I really believe expect some stress, expect some mess, expect the bumps and the bruises and some burnt potatoes, expect your mom to ask you to wrap her presents on Christmas Eve night. Not my mom, but somebody's mom will ask them that. Let's definitely expect our pants to not be fitting well this holiday season. And if they do, double win for you. But let's expect a little bit of stress. And I think the power in expecting stress and expecting things to not always go as planned, because they won't, they never do. And so when that pops up, when that bubbles over, that we can then, in those moments, grant ourselves grace, laugh out loud that we knew this would happen, things are gonna break and burn and everything in between. And when we expect it, my hope for you is that then you're able to kind of breathe through it and move through it and move on more quickly. A lot of times that if we're not expecting something, then it can catch us off guard and we can freeze. And we can then stay stuck in that place of frustration or fear or anxiety. And we can stay in that place, which then takes us out of whatever place we were supposed to be in. And so we can miss the moment. We can miss the dinner. We can miss the event, or just a night of sitting with our family. And it can take us away from that spot for a moment, for a day, for the season. And I just so hope that we are all going to have we are all going to have an abundant amount of stress that pops up in little places here and there. And so I just think that having it on your radar, that it's going to come, but it can also go. And just realizing and remembering that you're the one in charge of that, right? We cannot have really expectations of anyone else to manage our stress. And so when that feeling comes up and something has not gone as planned, to just remind yourself that it will be okay. We all have this happen to us, and just be able to breathe through it, granting yourself grace, moving through it, and then moving on. And I hope that that tip will come to you at different points of this season. I know that I will definitely be using it. So I have shared a lot in this first episode with you, and so I hope that these ideas of granting ourselves grace and realizing that we are in such different times for all of us. The season is hard, girls. I know it is. And I feel for you, for me, for all of us. But I also am excited to slow down and get present and realize the blessings that are amongst us, because they are. I just think we need to be looking for them. And when we tune in, I think then we are open to seeing all of these hidden blessings that they might get overlooked, or they might get overshadowed by all the busyness and all the rush of this season. And so I hope that will stay with you. And I hope some of these easy ideas to implement to bring holiday hygge into your home and light up your home with warmth and light and music. And I hope that will evoke a feeling of joy and contentment and well-being in some uncertain times. And so this leads me to my tip of the month, and not my tip of the month, my quote of the month. And my favorite quote I'm going to share with you right now is, "Life doesn't have to be perfect to be wonderful." And this is one of my daily affirmations, my daily mantras for pretty much like the last 2 decades of my life. And I love it. I repeat it daily because it's such a reminder that there is no perfect. Perfect doesn't exist. And if we are waiting for things to be perfect, friends, we are always going to be waiting, or we are always going to be being let down. So stop wishing, stop wanting, and just start living in our imperfectly perfect life, because it's when we embrace the imperfect and realize that we can still have a great night, we can still have a great season, we can still love our very imperfectly dramatic family. That is when we can find joy, is when we are okay with it being not perfect and still wonderful. So please if there's nothing else that you got from this, please remember, life doesn't have to be perfect to be wonderful. And I wish that you all have a wonderful, warm holiday season. And I look forward to doing this again and sharing more with you. But I hope that this has brought a little bit of peace and joy and inspiration for your holiday season. So thank you for watching my very first episode of Cup of Casey. And I hope you all go and create a wonderful day.